And gray news. Breaking news. That's hot. Hi, supported by viewers like you. As you can see down here, my PayPal me /Inquiry News. Go ahead and send me some money there and help support us so we can spread the word more. Thank you. Here we are with the Huffington Post. It says these companies are sticking to the NRA. Some are getting the discounts and some are canceling the discounts. And some are saying they're not going to support the NRA anymore. And this article is kind of deceiving. It's kind of saying that some people are getting discounts and some people are not. And it's kind of deceiving. I think it's talking more about companies that are not helping the NRA anymore versus companies that are. Anyway, we've got a video presentation come up next. We'll play that for you. As Connie.
She isn't living in reality. How dare she? Many in legacy media love mass shootings. You guys love it. Now, I'm not saying that you love the tragedy, but I am saying that you love the ratings. Crying white mothers are ratings gold. Obtained weapons that he used on us legally.
I understand you're standing up for the NRA, and I understand that's what you're supposed to do. But you just told this group of people that you are standing up for them. You're not standing up for them until you say, I want less weapons.
Explain to me how an 18-year-old with a military rifle is well regulated.
People who are crazy should not be able to get firearms. See. She, again, tiptoed around questions and dodged the yeses and the nos. That is indicative to me as to what I think the NRA is going to do for this movement and for the people of Parkland, who honestly I think are fed up.
Boy, if that's not emotional for you, I don't know what is. Crazy. So, anyways, they're accusing the NRA is accusing them of politicalizing the tragedy, which I think they are. I think she's right. I just think it's probably too early with everybody's nerves and parents. I think so. The parents' daughters that died are in that audience, and maybe the parents, the ones that got shot, are in the audience. So I would have probably. I think the NRA should have had someone there going with the angle of the Constitution of the United States. Angle would have been a lot better than this angle. I think that's a safer angle, that people have the right to own guns. It's part of the Constitution, and talk those lines rather than what she did. I think she just had a cat fight, and it was terrible. And she was pretty rude. Being rude to kids is not always good publicity. But anyways, you can see here some of the places that banned. Omaha said Thursday they're going to stop issuing NRA Visa credit cards, I guess with a picture on it. Enterprise and Avis, Budget, Hertz are going to stop giving members, I guess, some kind of discount program to their companies. And then NRA Chubb, whatever that is, on rightz, the NRA Carry Guard Firearms Insurance. I guess they're going to do something. And then Simax LifeLock Identity Theft is going to not sponsor them anymore. Allied and North Inbound Lines, two moving services, MetLife, had offered savings on home and auto insurance to NRI members. We value our customers, but have decided to end our discount program to NRA, MetLife, spokesman said in a statement. So there's some more. So that's why this article is kind of deceiving, as I said in the beginning, because there's a whole bunch of companies here that are ending their contracts or special discounts to NRI members, which is kind of silly. Anyway, then we got here. Oh, this company asked them to move the logo off their thing. They I guess they had their logo on there, but anyway, so they asked them to remove the logo. Sounds like it wasn't even supposed to be on there in the first place. Kind of weird. But anyways, I'm not even sure what that company. I don't think I've ever seen that company before. And then you got the NRA's television. I guess Apple and Amazon sells the NRA's television TV, I guess. They quit, and Amazon's still selling it, so that's good. And then Apple, they're trying to get Apple to drop it. I don't think Apple's going to. If it's pretty popular, they won't. And so, and it was called Gun Safety Group that was trying to do it. And what was it? Moms Demand Action. Those two groups are trying to get that ban from Apple. Here you go. Here's Apple. And from excuse me. Anyways, and then change.org petition aims to enter Ohms. I don't know. I think they also aims to get NRI pulled from Amazon in particular. So they've been trying to get it from them for Amazon. FedEx, I guess, NRI member discounts 18-26%. That's pretty good. Domestic international shipping, I guess, describing FedEx has been removed from the website, and the shipping company has not made a statement. So I guess they had some kind of deal with FedEx going on, and that's been removed from the website, but FedEx hasn't said anything, which is going to hurt FedEx. Yeah, that's not very nice of FedEx to do that. I think these companies will come back. I think it's going to hurt every one of these companies for doing this. This is really not a good thing for them. That lady, I still think, should not have been there. They should have had somebody to do constitutional stuff and explain to people more deeply about the Constitution and how and why it was in the Constitution for guns. George Washington even had guys dress up like George Washington, like back in the day, come walking out on the stage, and they could have talked deeply about, guns and why we have them. And Marriott, Best Western Hampton, Planner intends to honor its NRI thing. Our company provides discount room services, including to the NRA. These associates benefit customers by buying discount rooms and groups that might otherwise be charged a penalty by hotels for not using the rooms in their block. Ooh, excuse me. I'm sorry, I'm not really tired. I'm just yawning. That's my cat. She's playing around with me. And then, so you got all that kind of going on there. So they're not going to do anything. That's good. And I never did really like the NRA because there's some things that they supported. Manage your URLD. I guess they're going to scroll too fast, I guess. I don't know if you saw that. So this one decided to USA and on its website. Tried not to go too fast on these, but I ended up going faster than I thought. Strive to make payment service available to people, places, local, national, international. Omi Hotels, I guess, is coming up next. Omni Hotels. So it's another one. See what they say with that one. If I can catch it. And this one I leave there for a long time. Roku device and TV available to viewers. Roku and company is saddened by the Florida shooting. So let's see what they say. I don't know if they're going to do anything. I think that's all they said on Roku. Oh, so they do violate their. It has been removed, so they removed in Roku the TV channel for that they had for the TV stuff. But I backed it up a little bit. Should have done those a couple other ones. Oh well. Vanessa's operates a quality of wine clubs. NRA has a claim to American Cellar Wine Club flagship as its official group. Vanessa did not respond to requests for comment. So they're probably not going to do anything. They're probably going to keep the wines. People like to drink a lot of wines, I guess. I don't drink anything, but I know YouTube and various local businesses and Alliance maintains a directory of local businesses that support the group, organized state and business type. They include security companies, insurance providers, and blah, 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 blah. And example of the claim on the spot. I think that's about it right there. So anyways, let's see some farms. No, that's nothing. Anyway, that's about it. That's all the major companies. We did them really fast. Wow. Welcome back. Boy, was that emotional charged or what? Holy crap, man. I'm surprised the NRI lady got out of there alive. Confront an audience like that and then accuse them of things like that, you're just going to embroil the whole audience even more. She should have brought in somebody about constitutional stuff and went from that angle rather than saying, they are bloodthirsty pieces of crap. They might be bloodthirsty pieces of crap, but you're not going to, there are people in that audience, you're not going to turn to your side by calling them, a bloodthirsty piece of crap, and say, you're just lusting for blood. You hope these things happen so you can expand your base. Those people that are expanding their base are the leaders, the head leaders of these groups. They are, that's what they love, this kind of things that happen, and so they can fight for gun rights and get everybody riled up, of course. But you could save it to a better time to complain about that someday in the future. The parents that just had their kid killed, if they're in the audience, I mean, you don't want to say things like that. That's just, that's, I don't know, kind of rude and really not very nice to say that after they just lost their kid, or their kids got wounded and shot and they're in the audience, they don't want to hear stuff like that. That's not very nice. And so you don't want to do that, piss off the audience even more. So they're really staunch gun haters now, you try to make them into more gun haters so they don't want to, and make them for sure not want to join up with the NRA tomorrow, So they should have had, in my view, a man in there and not a woman. And he, a nice guy and who knows constitutional law, maybe had some people dressed up like George Washington with the hats and everything come in there and said, why we have gun rights and focused on that. and why George Washington thought it was important that we had gun rights, and why it's important today to have gun rights. The people still have the right to defend themselves with weapons, and that criminals get the guns easy as peasy on the street. They don't have to do a criminal check. They don't have to do a background check. They don't have to. And this mental kid had $800,000. He could have went down, for Florida shooting. That shooter had $800,000. I believe he had access to it. I know he bought several guns, and I heard that he had more than one gun. So apparently he had other guns at home. So if that's true, he could, if he didn't have any guns at home and he wanted to go get more, he certainly had. If he had access to that money, he could go out and buy anything he wanted. One thing I thought was interesting here is the lady said, "Oh, they had military weapons." Those aren't military weapons, and then they brought up the thing. The lady brought up the point, about it being a military weapon, and how it doesn't seem to be very regulated. And then the NRA didn't say anything. I mean, she should have said they're not military weapons. That's all she had to say. Military weapon is a completely different weapon. It is not. They're fully automatic machine guns. That's a military weapon. These are not military weapons. They're guns, and they're not assault rifles. They are regular guns, and that is that. And they should have just said that. And she didn't say anything. She just stood there. Duh. And so you needed somebody knowledgeable with all the weapons, knowledgeable with all the different kind of weaponry that's out there, guns, in case you got a question like that. And, had someone from the NRA that knows guns, and that lady doesn't. And then then you could have had all the Constitution people there talking the constitutional angle. Maybe had the lady there on some points. It might have been fine. But they should have had like 2 or 3 people there to kind of, so you had more than one answer for these people. But you certainly aren't going to win any of these people over by pissing them off. You don't win people over in debates by pissing them off and making them angrier or more mad. You're not going to win any kind of debate that way. In fact, you're going to make them more staunch supporters, make them more angry, and by making them more angry, or more people more angry at you on your responses, you're going to cause more harm to your business than you would the other way around. This is one of the things I didn't like about NRA. There were things in the past, I don't even remember them anymore, but I remember my friend used to call me up and NRA supporting this now. I can't believe it. Oh, I'm so mad at them. And I would say, huh? Oh, you're kidding me. And that's largely why I never joined the NRA, because it seemed like they would support some weird stuff, and I don't remember what it was anymore, but they would support something that I felt was like, honestly, you need to be I guess they would support, background checks, or they would support things like that, I think, if I remember right. And I was like, you shouldn't be supporting anything. You should be against all of that kind of stuff, because I knew it could grow into something bigger and bigger and bigger, and pretty soon you don't have any guns, and I believe in guns. I believe everybody should have a gun, or can have a gun if you want one. I think you should be able to walk right in the store and just buy one and walk out, like I used to when I was a kid. I could just walk in and buy one and leave. I shouldn't have to fill out a background check. I shouldn't have to have the FBI come to my house and ask me any questions about buying a gun. I disagree. I used to think that was a great idea with the serial number thing, until I found out how many criminals really have guns, and how many guns out there really are that they can buy and sell. The criminals have guns all the time. They have bad criminals in jail. They keep saying, we're going to do the system so bad criminals can't get it. Dude, no bad criminal fills out the form at a gun show or at a gun place. They don't fill out the background checks. They don't go to the gun shows. They go on the street and buy them. They break into a house and steal them. They go to a gun store and break into a gun store and steal the guns, and then they go sell them on the street. and for a lot of money. And so, or they go to Mexico and buy them there, and then smuggle them to the United States and sell them legally, that way. Well, not legally, but I mean, legally buy them in Mexico and then bring them across the border and sell them illegally in the United States. And they do that all the time. And so they go down to Mexico and it's no big deal. They buy guns day in, day in and day out in there. Ship them to the United States and sell them all day with the serial number on it and everything. And it looks like, hey, serial number on it doesn't, you could type it in probably and doesn't come up stolen or nothing. And it's a gun, whatever brand you want. So, so they get guns today. They don't fill out any forms. They don't fill out any forms. They don't do anything. They just walk out to the nearest gangster and say, here, I got some money. I want to buy guns. Give me one. Here's some money. Boom. They got a gun. We got to fill out forms, background checks. Now mental health check, maybe, all this kind of nonsense. And then we might get a gun, maybe get a gun. And now it's going to be harder to get a gun. So then I was thinking about it, and I thought, this is crazy. All of us innocent people who are not going to misuse a gun can't get one. And the criminals all got one, and they can continue to get one. They go to jail, and then they get out early, and they go get a gun right away. They have a gun within an hour probably after getting out of jail if they have the cash. Me, I can't get a gun that easily. I have to wait 15 days. I got to go to the gun store and have everybody look at me cockeyed like, I might be a criminal. And it feels horrible having to fill out the lengthy report and hope I don't put something down wrong. Jeez. Unbelievable. Oh. So anyway. So that's the end of my story here. So I just thought I'd just point this out. Tell me what you think. Comment down below. Share. Donate some money to our cause so we can make better videos than this. So we get the word out. Ciao.